Hey everybody. Welcome on in, Jamie, and Broken, and Joe, you made it. How's everybody doing? Ah, Joe. That's too much, my friend. Hi. How's everybody going? Hope you're having a great day. Joe, how is your move? I can't believe you're here in the middle of moving. Jeez. Folks, if you are not already following Rooster Teeth UK, please do. That's where Zondamad, aka Jamie, streams from time to time, does some Lego builds, so if you like building and crafting, go on and head over there. And also, who could forget the lovely Joe? Joe our Inferno is a great friend, wonderful kit basher, just excellent hobbyist altogether, plays lots of retro games. No internet, so using phone to listen while you unload. Gotcha. And you're still unpacking. Yeah, I saw, I think that was your bed on Instagram, wasn't it? Your, like, bed frame? I do not miss moving. I do not envy you. I've only moved a couple times in my life, and every time was enough, where I was just like, never again? Never again? And how's it going, Broken? I hope everybody's been having a lovely week so far. It's only Tuesday, so if it's been a bad week, hopefully it gets better, and if it's been a good week, well, hopefully it continues to be good. For me, it's been like a toss-up, really, but I'm glad that we get to be here together and work on our kit from last time. So this is our Aoshima Kiryu EVA Unit 01 color version. So I did a little bit of research after our last stream together, and it turns out that, because people in the chat kept talking about Mecha Godzilla, it turns out that there is actually just a silver Godzilla kit like this. So that one's based off of, you know, the original Mecha Godzilla, and it's around $87 US right now, that kit. So same size, same build, same accessories, just usually like a flat gray silver color. This one Bleep got for me quite some time ago, probably almost at least a year ago by now, and at that time it was like $140. Now it's $164, so we're gonna finish it and see if you know, that price was worth it in terms of the color variation. I typically wouldn't get something so expensive, but it was a gift, so I do appreciate it. But yeah, it'll be interesting to put together. It's been pretty complicated. So these parts here, which was the head and the shoulders and these weapons that are going to go on the forearms, this took us about, I think, 5 hours the other day, because there's lots of water decals. So there were at least 4 here, like there were 2 on each side of the face, and then these 2 here, which I screwed that one up pretty badly. And of course the ones that are here on the shoulder. There are still some more water slide decals to go, but it doesn't look like we have too many left, so that gives me hope. Yeah, how's everybody doing? Wherever I've moved, I've learned to leave things behind or to get them away. See, that's smart. Problem is that Bleep and I are both, collectors, so it doesn't bode well, that's for sure. Head, shoulders, knees, and toes. Best way to start the build. Absolutely. How's it going, Ezzy? Folks, if you're not following Ezzy already, another wonderful builder in the community, how you doing? What is that emote? Oh, it's so cute. I love that. That little blue person. Aw. Very nice. Alright, so let me get my runners slightly organized. Let's get our tools here too. So last time, we were just using our hobby knife. Tweezers. Ezzy, we are continuing the Evangelion Mecha Godzilla. So this is just the regular Mecha Godzilla build, except in Evangelion colors. Yes, we have not progressed since the other day, but that's okay. Thank you. Yeah, the shoulder decals I'm the most happy with. Those ones turned out pretty nice. but I did screw up some here on the face. That's okay. I might just be able to paint it over or touch it up somehow. Yeah. So let me see. Let me just get the rest of my tools out. I think that's all I needed. Grab these Q-tips just in case for our water slides. Right. So, here's our whole box of runners still. It was a bit tricky to organize them last time. Let me see. So, Joe, if you're still here, was that Channel Point Redemption loud enough for you? Because I forgot to change the volume. So that might be a problem. Just let me know if it needs to be turned up. Okay, so we didn't get very far in the booklet. Hey, Ezzy, thanks so much for the host. Super appreciate it. Okay, so we're still here on the arms. Sounds okay? Okay, just wanted to make sure. Let's see. So we finished these weapons that are going to go on the forearms. And we did put one forearm together here. So I just need to put this one together. And then we might be able to move a little bit further. So I need our A runners. Perfect. Okay. Yeah, how's everybody's week so far? Joe got his move all settled. Now he's unpacking. I had off yesterday because I requested off. So today was really like my Monday. And it was okay. It was a pretty chill day. Just, you know, there's more work to be done that I need to catch up with. It's just been a wild couple of weeks, I guess I could say. Yeah, other than that, just trying to stay at home. We have been playing the new Pokemon Legends, which, you know, I won't get into any kind of spoilery stuff, but it's very good. I feel like it's a very refreshing Pokemon experience. It kind of feels like the game that Game Freak wanted to originally make, but they, you know, had so many technical barriers back in the 90s that they made what they could. But yeah, it feels like a good adventure so far. It's got some interesting mechanics and characters for sure. So I think it'd definitely be worth a peek. I don't know if there's a demo available out there or not. I think that would be smart of them to do. Oh my goodness. Dot, welcome on in. How are you? Thank you so much for the raid. Hi folks. If you have not met me yet, my name is Obli. I am a Gunpla streamer, so I put together different kits like this. This is our Evangelion Godzilla. We've been working on it for some time now. Otherwise, I play some RPGs. I also draw, just do general crafty stuff. But welcome on in. And Dot, how are you? How's everything? Ames Man, hope I said that correctly. Welcome on in. And Mardi Gras 2. Love that. Mardi Gras 1 is good enough, but Mardi Gras 2, it's gotta be an awesome time. How was your stream, Dot? You were playing Overcooked? Were you playing it with Bruce? And folks, if you're not already following Dot, please do. Fantastic person and wonderful streamer. Yeah, so this kit is gonna take us a while, but we're just relaxing and taking our time with it as we go along. Playing with Bruce. Oh, and Gone Offline. Okay. And Amisman. Very nice. It was probably a very stressful but fun time. I feel like that's what Overcooked does to people. The chaos was worth it. How's it going, Gone Offline? I love the aesthetic of that game overall. Did you folks pick specific characters and stick to them? Like the different animals and stuff? Hooray! Happy Tuesday indeed. Folks, if you're not already following the lovely Ray, please do. Minecraft streamer, Gunpla builder, and just excellent human being altogether. Yes, happy Lunar New Year as well. Speaking of Overcooked, Joe and Ray both played Overcooked recently. Had a very heated battle on stream. How's it going, Ray? Welcome on in. You were a panda to... That's perfect. That is the most perfect sentence I've heard in a long time. Bruce, I respect you very much. You're a very smart person. But your hatred of pandas, I will not understand. I just won't get it. Heated battle. You think you were the only one having fun? I think you were also the only one that remained sober. I don't know if that had to do with it, anything with it, but it seemed like an overall good time. It is true, it is. So the one thing I'll say about this kit so far, which I think I mentioned last time, was some of the pieces that come off on the runner, the mold is like super far into like the piece itself, so it's tough because you gotta cut off a lot more than you usually would just to make things fit together. At least that's my experience with it. So that's like the only negative I've experienced so far. Clean this up as I can. More cutting and filing. Exactly, that's what we're doing now. Actually ordered some tools. They should be on the way, so they'll definitely make things easier. Oh, I also got my Leo S kits in the mail today. I have not opened them yet, but I'm pretty excited. And maybe before we end today, we could take a look. Just a peek. Whoops. Yeah, how's everybody's Tuesday treating them so far? We had some friends that played Overcooked. Ray, have you tried out the new Pokemon? Has anybody tried it out? Okay. Cut that a little bit more. Watched Ray play a bit, but that's all. Yeah, I had to lurk on that stream because I didn't want to see anything. I think a lot of people are playing it right now. Good game. Okay. Hopefully I didn't take off too much there. I may have gone a little too far. We'll see. What can I say? I'm not perfect at what I do. See? So I cut those off, but there's still a little bit inside there. So what have folks been playing or looking forward to? I know I've said it before, but I am looking forward to Elden Ring coming out next month. That's like the only big thing I can think of right now. Doom 64, very nice. Which one would you say is your favorite? Favorite Doom? I'm guessing it's going to be the Doom that came out in 2016. Just got back into Factorio, but the big thing on the horizon is Darktide. Gotcha, I'm trying to remember what that is. Of the newer ones, Doom 2016. Okay. So is the original still your favorite? Yeah, I can't believe I haven't played the new ones yet, because I grew up playing the original Doom. Probably when I shouldn't have been playing it. I was less than 10 years old, that's for sure. Oh, Darktide is the Warhammer 40k version of Vermintide. Gotcha. I remember that now. Yes, 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 yes. Thank you for reminding me. Yeah, that looks pretty good too. I'm all for those kind of games as well. So I think Vermintide was great, and Vermintide 2 was really good. I was worried it might be too repetitive, but it wasn't. Old school's just so fun sometimes. Yeah, I ought to get back to that. Do they have it available on Steam? The first Doom? I ought to try it out just to remember, just to see how much I remember in terms of the rooms and stuff. Jay and I with a few peeps have spent too much time in Vermintide 2. It's so fun. And I love the dialogue that the characters have with one another too, and how varying it is. Most of the Dooms are on Steam. Forgotten so much of the secrets on it. Gotcha. Who remembers Duke Nukem? I'm familiar. I don't think I had a chance to play that stuff though. Or is that a show? I can't remember. The name is familiar, that's it. Don't listen to me, apparently. Had so many games in it. I gotta play it? What system was it for? Never touched Duke Nukem till 360. Vermintide 2 has Twitch integration, so chat interacts with you? That's really cool. You're back, just gotta brush my teeth and get into bed, and then you'll be back. No worries, thank you so much for the raid, and you do what you have to do to take care of yourself. It does, and you've never managed to get it on stream? Huh, I wonder what it takes. Because effort, Chris. Is it okay if I call you Chris as well, or no? I believe it's through the Chaos Wastes. Okay. So Ray, if you ever want to play Vermintide 2, I like to play it, so you're welcome to play with me. But it seems that Gone Offline and Zondmad have played it a lot in the past. Okay. Just wanted to make sure. Didn't want to, push a barrier or something. Yeah, Ray, I'd be very happy to play with you, and I know that Jamie's been meaning to play too, so Duke Nukem was on PlayStation, Sega Saturn, and N64, and some others after. Okay, I had a PlayStation growing up, so I wonder why I didn't see it. So, what systems did people have growing up? And what were some of your first games? I always find that to be a really interesting question. Because I felt like back in the day, parents would kind of make a decision to just stick with one console, one or two, and that's it. Maybe, from my experience anyway. Let's see. Ray will drag Joe along too. I would love to play with Joe. If he wants to, of course. I know you say drag, but I would want Joe to arrive willingly. It's easy enough to sort out, but you'd need to sign into the RTUK Twitch and something else, and 2FA can be annoying to sort for it. I have not even tried such a thing, so I wouldn't know. As he started with NES, I did too. PS2 and 360 before PC, so Battlefront 2 and Halo. Nice. For me, let's see, we had an NES, and we also had some old IBM computer with like Windows 2.0 or something, so it had a lot of... My mom had a lot of weird games on floppy disk that I would run, so we had a lot of interesting things on there, and let me think what else. My sister and I shared a Game Boy Color. We had Pokemon Yellow and some Mario Mix Pack, and then we had a PlayStation 1, and the first game we got on it was a Hercules game that followed the movie. Chris and you should do the new BF2. Craig and I played it last night and it was great fun. BF2. BF2. Trying to think what that is. Battlefront? NES, Super NES, Sega Genesis, Sega Saturn, Sega Dreamcast, PS, PS2, N64, Xbox, Xbox 360, and Game Boy Color. That sounds awesome, though. Craig was on about .stream. Try to remember to download tomorrow. First TV console was the N64, so Zelda. Ooh, very nice. Mario and GoldenEye. Battlefront 2. Gotcha. You remember playing Mulan on the PC? Aw, thanks for the follow, Chris. Super appreciate it. Welcome on in. Yeah, we had a bunch of games that were on the... Shoot, something's not fitting right here. On our Windows 98 computer as well, that were like these Disney adventure games. That was the Cowboy Bebop bounty show you just heard. That was one of my favorite first anime. There was Trigun, Cowboy Bebop, Outlaw Star. I'm trying to think what else. My sister watched a lot of Tenchi Muyo. I felt okay about it, but I was kind of confused by the plot most of the time. I was a young lad. Just wasn't sure why everybody liked Tenchi so much. Cowboy Bebop is definitely your top. It's very good. I feel like it has a very good expanded universe without having to explain things to you. Like, you just watch people doing their day-to-day stuff and pick up on a lot of interesting cues. Alright, what is not fitting together here? Let me see. Something just doesn't want to go and I'm not sure. Oh, put that in the wrong spot maybe to start. Let's see. I feel like we had the same issue with the other piece. You like Tenchi too? I have to give Tenchi a rewatch because, like I said, I was too young to understand the nuance of romance. I watched some of the Netflix show. I think I watched like 1 or 2 episodes and I wasn't too thrilled about it. I feel sad that it got canceled so quickly. But hey. I got an Outlaw Star also? Yes. Yes, yes. Okay, so we got those together. Let's see. was a hit or miss. I just think it's hard, right? Because personally, I think it may have done well if it stuck more to the show, because the show had very tight writing and a lot of purpose with every episode. But from what I saw, it seemed like they were trying to do their own thing, which I can understand. If you're making a show, you know, you want to do things that are a little bit refreshing, but eh, I think it messed with it too much. Okay, so I need A9 to put behind whatever you call that on the forearm, and then A3. Alrighty. You might miss it then. I mean, it's up to you. You could watch like an episode or two. I have a rule where I try to watch 3 episodes of something before I drop it, usually. Obviously, I don't always stick to that rule, but if I'm really trying to give something a go, that's what I usually do. Because I feel like that gives it enough time to try to at least start the plot. And if it still doesn't seem like it's doing too well, you know, it's a no. As a Bebop fan, though, you enjoyed it? Okay, so did you enjoy seeing that world, like, continued and those characters continued, or in a different light? No, I recently rewatched Cowboy Bebop to, you know, be fresh for the show. Too much. Yeah. I don't want to get into, you know, too much spoilery stuff, but like I said, when I was saying that they made changes, you know, they wanted to make it their own thing, it was those kind of things, like things they chose to do with characters, or plot points they changed, or things that they kind of put out of order. Like, I could tell from the first episode, I was like, uh-oh, this is gonna be a problem. But that's just my opinion. To be fair, you have a list of things to watch a mile long, so you'll possibly give it a go at some point. Yeah, that's another thing. I have so many things to catch up on. What has everybody been watching lately? We've been keeping up with Peacemaker. Ah, Foxy, thank you so much for the follow. Super appreciate that. Welcome on in. Hope you're having a great day. Hope you find this to be a relaxing place. That's what we try to do. And yeah, just enjoy. Feel free to chime in anytime. Right. Gotta bring that down just a little further. Yeah, we've been keeping up with Peacemaker. We just finished watching... I always mix it up, but I think it's How To with John Wilson, or John Wilson's How To. It's like this guy who lives in New York City, and he goes around and interviews different people and just kind of experiences their lives for a moment. It's really interesting, but it's also kind of gross. Like, there are some parts that can be a little tough to stomach. Anime, we've been watching Ranking of Kings, which is very good. Critical Role has been your main watch recently. I've been meaning to watch that. That's something on my list. I have not watched it or listened to the podcast. I just, never started it. And then I hear all about the Matt Mercer effect, and I'm like, oh, is that gonna happen to me? I'm sure it'd be fine. Alright, there's that. See, this is why I've really been enjoying painting kits, because I'm just not very good at cleaning off the nubs, and I feel like when you paint, you get to cover up a lot of this stuff. But maybe sanding it down will make it a tiny bit better. Be able to cut that a little bit further. So Chris, would you recommend Critical Role as like the #1 TTRPG podcast or like D&D podcast? Because I feel like there are so many out there that have a lot of different interesting perspectives. It'd be hard to pick just one. Hey, Eerie Sophia, like that name. Hope I said it right. Did not know EVA Godzilla was a thing. I didn't either. I received this as a gift. So what this is it's the same kit as the regular Mecha Godzilla. So you can get the same kit just like in a silvery gray color. But this is the EVA 01 color version. And there's a EVA 02 color version as well out there. It's been a pretty interesting build so far. Very intensive. It's got a lot of water slide decals, which I'm not the greatest with, but trying to get more practice. Got a lot of nice detail, like you got those little missiles in the mouth, nice rows of teeth. You had a choice in the eye color between yellow or red, and all of the black here is like super flexible, so I'm curious to see how that's going to look when it's all put together and what the, mobility is going to be like. Yeah, so we got some water slide decals on there. And now we're just trying to work on the other parts. Yeah, welcome on in. For you, yes, but you have listened to some Dimension 20 stuff, and that was really fun. Yeah, I used to know somebody who really liked Dungeon Daddies, I think it was, like a podcast about dads who play D&D. I personally like the McElroy brothers. Their D&D podcast is very funny. And of course, if you want to get into theory and stuff when it comes to tabletop gaming issues or questions, you can always look at my friend's podcast, the Aggressive Passive Perception podcast, which I drew the little mascot for. But that's a good time too. They've actually said some stuff that has helped me out too. You love it? You're a Gunpla new. Started with the bear guys. Oh, they're so cute. I have yet to make one, and I really want to. Yeah, like I was saying before, the regular mecha kit is probably around $87, but this one is a little bit more pricey. It's like $164, which, again, it was a gift, so I feel a little better about it, but still a lot to pay. Demon, thank you so much for the host. How are you? Folks, if you're not already following Demon, please do. Another wonderful streamer. Wonderful Gunpla builder as well. Very chill time. And Eerie Sophia, how have you been liking Gunpla building so far? And have you made other kits before? I think I need to try to tighten this. This just doesn't want to fit. I had it the wrong way. Let's see. Am I free this upcoming Sunday time, afternoonish? I think so. From the calendar in my mind. I can double check with you, Joe. What were you thinking? And Demon, glad you're doing well. Welcome on in. Okay, so I'm obviously putting this in either incorrectly or I haven't tightened something up. Let's see. You know how they like test toddlers by making them put Put the shape in the shape. Like the square block into square. That out? That's my problem right now, I'm feeling. You made a Haro, working up the courage and skills for an EVA 2 and Death Scythe. Very nice. I think one of my first kits was the HG EVA 2. Or no, EVA 1, sorry, I still have the EVA 2 to make. But it was a lot of fun, so yeah, you'll definitely like it. They're really different from Gundam. They have some really organic shapes and some cool stuff going on, so enjoy. You just invested in nanoglass files, they're amazing. Just saying, I got some stuff coming in the mail. I'm hoping to get it this week. I ordered some better nippers, some god hands, which felt like a splurge, and some sanding sticks. So I'm hoping that will help out because cutting these nubs lately has not been fantastic. I know it's probably me, but it could be better, you know? See, I don't think I have this closed well enough. Let me try this side. Just to see if I can at least get it a little bit. See, that one's working better. Okay. So I need to take that other arm apart. Yeah, those bears are so cute. There's so many of them too. Okay. I at least want to see what this looks like when we put it together. Oh wait, I'm getting ahead of myself because we actually have some tubing to put there as well. Alright, well. We get the other arm at least. Yeah, the colors have been surprisingly good on this kit. I thought there were going to be a lot of stickers for color correction, but there is not. A lot of it is just painted right on, which is really nice. And I'm glad the glass files are working out for you too. I have one here, but I think it's a little bit coarse. I use it every once in a while. I could try to switch to it actually and see if it'll make things better. Yeah, still feel like it's a little bit coarse. Oops. I'll be curious to see how those sanding sticks treat us in the future. Let me look, actually. Hold on one second. Hold on. I ordered the Premium Zebra sanding stick full set. So from 100 to 800. So there's a 100, 150, 220, 400, 600, and 800. Yeah, we'll see. I got them on a new type. Which do you usually use? If you use any. Nanos are really smooth. Great dupe for the razor files. I'll have to look at them. you ever need advice on sanding or nub removal, you're kind of experienced. Use Infinity sanding sticks. Okay. Then you have some MadWorks flexible stuff. See, I haven't heard of that either. I think I've heard of the razor, though. Yeah, I'll definitely take some of that advice. Because that is like one of my biggest weaknesses. Hey, LPC, how you doing? Yes, this is the Oshima Kit. Hope I'm saying that right as well. Yeah, welcome on in. And I love this little design they have here of the Evangelion and the Godzilla fighting. It's cute. Grr. Yes. Well, like I said, it was a gift, so feel a little better about that. Feel bad that I'm not doing too fantastically with the sanding, but we'll get there. I'll have to look up some techniques. Let me see what's going on in here, actually. Otherwise, we're not going to be able to close it. Gun primer balancers are good sanding too? Gotcha. It is a pricey kit. It is. Like I said, I wouldn't usually splurge so much, but it was a gift, so. I'm doing this for science. So you can see if you want to get it. It's a very nice gift. Yeah, how you doing, Tunnel Rat? Hope you're having a good day. The moment I want to take this apart, it doesn't want to go. Good? Just chilling? That's good. Hope everybody has a relaxing Tuesday. Because it's definitely been one of those weeks. That's for sure. But I feel like I say that every week. Come on now. You know what I should have gotten that I keep forgetting to get? A parts separator. Gonna do anything else with this kit, or just straight, just the straight build? I think I was gonna do just the straight build, and then I'll look at it and see if I want to change anything. I don't know, I've gotten really hooked on modifying and painting stuff. Like, I almost feel bad when I just make a build straight out of the box. But, yeah, I don't know, we'll take a look. Wow, okay, that really does not want to come apart now. You should continue your EVA Unit 8 kit. You even built a keyboard to match it. I would love to see that keyboard. If you want to post the link here, or if you want to do it on the Discord, feel free. Keyboard making is something I have not gotten into. It intrigues me very much, but the idea of like handling all those components is a little intimidating, but they are beautiful. Wow, this is really stuck. Okay. I feel like my pliers are going to be too tough. Oh, thank you. Okay, let's take a look. Ooh, that's really nice. Look at that. Look at those colors. I like the keycaps too. That's really cool. You folks can see that, right? Yeah. Very nice. That's awesome. I even like the pink wired cord as well. That's really neat. You were glad to find the keycaps? Yeah, they look good. Yeesh, this just does not want to come apart. Oh, there we go. Okay. think maybe I can make this part a little bit tighter. Maybe that's part of the problem. My laziness got the best of me. That should be more flesh. Maybe that will help. See if that made any improvement. Let me try to shape that down just a little bit more. You'll wait till after supper to continue? Sounds like a fair idea. Embrace, how are you? You love that purple? Almost matches your username. Heck yes. Yes, this is our Evangelion Godzilla. It has been quite the task. That's okay. I'll be excited to see how it looks when it's all together. Do you see LPC's link up there, Embrace? Because I think you may like it. If not, I can show it on screen again. Because it is a beautiful keyboard. And how you doing, Embrace? Hope you're having a great day. Have you gotten to play any more Pokemon or any more Valheim? Alright, let me see. Are you gonna fit better? That looks a little bit better. Oh, okay. I think I still have it up here. Ta-da. Oh, LPC made that. What's this knob for up here? Or can you just customize that? You just finished a prototype for a case as one of your keyboards? Very nice. And oh, that's so pretty. It is. Would you folks have any general advice for people who may be looking into building a keyboard? Successfully got it on there. So our M runner, super duper flexible, which I find super interesting, because the only other kit that I've had a runner like this with was the Brave Radine. It was an older kit, so I'm surprised to see a newer kit have something similar. Find the nubs on this difficult to remove too. Just gotta cut them close. Let me try with this. Just need to take some medication. That's all right. Take care of yourself. Your knowledge is really specialized for people with a preference for ortholinear boards. You don't know much about builds with normal layout. Can still help with switches and keycaps. There is a 02 Gojira. Let me show you. Hold on. So hopefully you can see it on my screen. Yes. Oh, thanks for the hydrate. Yes, this is the Evangelion 02. Thank you. Yeah, it's $174 on Big Bad Toy Store, but it looks like the same exact build, just the EVA 2 colors. Actually, those guns different on the top? Let me see. They might be. Huh. Anyway, there it is for you. Let me check. Joe, thank you for the general health check, the hydrate, the stretch, and the flirt. Part of our health check. Well, like I said, Sophia. Hopefully it's okay if I call you that. Let me know otherwise. I feel like I'm doing this for science to show, you know, what it'll look like when it's all done together. Just lubed your first batch of linear switches, over 100 of them. Wow. Getting a decent soldering iron with a temperature display is paramount. Most important recommendation you can make. Yeah, it's kind of similar. I found soldering to be kind of similar to wood burning. Like, you can get just a regular wood burning tool, or you can get the one that actually has the temperature control. So I feel like it's the same with the soldering irons too. Mostly dabbled in hot swappable boards. Nice. Very cool. Let's see. Yeah, see, my knife is just not getting it. If you're doing hot swap with the PCB, suppose you can skip soldering. See, you lost me there. I do not know what you're talking about. Third custom picked out but not ordered. Will be a while. Maybe I could just commission someone to make me a keyboard. Be like, here's what I'm interested in. I'll send you the parts. Please make it. Please. PCB is printed circuit board. Oh, okay, yes. Hot swappable means you can change the type of switches without soldering. Ah, okay. That gives you a lot of options then. It's funny because occasionally I will watch streamers who make keyboards and don't really know what they're doing, but I just find it very comforting to watch. And like when they do their click test for the keys, it's beautiful. Be happy to build it for you. You could even stream it. I feel so privileged. That'd be awesome. I would just have to think of what I would want to, you know, have made. Okay, so we'll throw that there. So interesting to have all this cushion. I would get the first ever Embrace stream. I would. It's pretty incredible. I'm telling you, you have the personality and, oops, the voice for it for sure. You have a very relaxing voice and a wonderful singing voice too. Speaking of, are you going to put out any more music? Sorry, I'm double checking a lot because I want to make sure I don't put anything that I actually need. Did a couple of songs in the last month. Nice. I thought it was super cool that you had your music out on Spotify. And it was funny because before I knew what you looked like, I looked at that person on the cover and I was like, that can't be Embrace. That person looks too young. Not to say that you're old, but they looked like they were not an adult. Gonna connect this. Whoops. Back here. Your nephew. Okay, yeah. I was like, I think that's a child. So I get where this is going, but I feel like that's probably going to be apt to fall out because it's not really grabbing onto anything. So after we put this together, I may glue that in. Oh, but it does want this to attach here. Maybe it'll stay on its own. Yeah, check out that cable detail. Pretty neat. This here. Pretty fancy arm. 3D keyboard build will actually have a Unit 2 base. Nice. I think that's super cool. I'm gonna do a test real quick. This has a really weird smell to it. I don't know how to describe it. It's not like other plastic I've smelled before. It just has a very distinct, sharp smell. It's kind of odd. And I'm sure I showed you before, but I also find it super interesting that it stained this paper on here. Haven't seen that happen before either. It's a little odd. Yeah, who knew that little bit could have such a smell? I'm trying to think if I had a keyboard, what kind of theme I would make it. It'd be hard to say, because I feel like there's so much out there. You have the keyboard switches and keycaps picked out. Might even get a custom aviator coiled cable colored in the Evan colors. That's pretty nice. Hey there, Killer. How are you? I'm doing pretty good. We are continuing our Evangelion Godzilla mecha build. Welcome on in. Hope the day's treating you well. And if not, hope it gets better for you. Let's see. So, we got this arm put together. We're gonna make a choice of the hands in a second. Let me just get this finished up. So again, we're gonna put the more narrow end in here. Then we're gonna put our bigger end. Oops. Let me start here. Put the bigger end back here. Put this one here. How's your day going, Killer? Hope you're having a good one. Any plans for the evening? Wow, we got our first cable, like, perfect. This one just does not want to stick for me. Maybe it would help if I put it here first. There we go. Great. Question about music. You just put the 3 songs at the end of the track list on your website? Okay. Can anyone access your website? Resting for now? Good, very good. It's a nice kit. It is a very interesting kit so far. It's been a lot of detail work, but we're gonna see how it all pays off at the end. And it's supposed to be big. It's supposed to be like 9.45 inches tall. Okay. You'll be playing some Pokemon Legends? Nice. How do you like the game so far? I played a little bit of it like 2 days ago. It was super fun. Super interesting, really refreshing look at Pokemon as a whole. Thank you for listing your website there. Appreciate that, Embrace. I've listened to Embrace's music multiple times and I think it's really good. I think he has a very nice voice and very good understanding of instruments and overall musical theory. Let me see. This is the other EVA you're gonna build? Let me look. Ah, yes, I've seen this one. Isn't that beautiful? Look at that. Look at those arms. Look at that detail. I just love the EVA builds because, like, the torso and the legs are so humanoid. Everything about it is really humanoid. Just find them super interesting. I usually find this area up here a little tricky because the EVA one that we had like a little rocket that you could take out of there. Yeah, kind of like that. That's really cool though. Very nice. Your snowman. I feel that snowman's pain every day. Okay, so we have a choice with the hands, so let me take a look. Then I finished the custom kit. I did! Let me find some pictures for you. Hold on. So for anybody who didn't get to see today, this was my drawing for the Discord, which I don't want to brag, but I was quite pleased with it, because I've been practicing on the Wacom that doesn't have... Oops. This Wacom here that doesn't have a digital display. You just put your pen on it and draw, look up at the monitor. It's been really tough to adjust to, but that made me feel good. Alright, let me find a custom for you. Hold on one second. Okay. Here it was. So we did some green stuff for the eye. We painted the scribed parts pink and hand painted the shield there. Thank you for the posture check. Yep, and then we painted the arms white to look like the legs of the Guardian. And then this is what it looks like compared to a regular Leo out of the box. And here they are together again. Thank you, super appreciate it. So the plan is we have 2 more Leos like that. One, we're gonna spray paint all gold to kind of make it look like a shiny version, or like the Shining Knight from Shovel Knight. Is his name Gold Knight? I can't remember. And then I have one more that I want to do some rust effects on and put some moss on to make it look like it's been abandoned for years and years. But yeah, if you ever want to see more stuff, you can keep up with Discord or Insta. I try to post on there as I can. I think Legend is very fun. You like it a lot? Nice. Yeah, it's definitely a newer take on the series, which I'm quite happy with. Just trying to find our hands. So for those interested, here are the rest of the water slide decals that we have. There's a lot. That's been very time consuming. Right. And here were the other eyes that you could choose. You could choose gold ones or red ones, and I went with the gold. Okay, I think I found our hands though. So I'm wondering... I'm doing the water slide decals? I am! Look at... We did that one. And we did that little red triangle. We did a bunch on the face, even though you can't really see them. Nice. You build a magic carp in the Sunday and Mewtwo. Ooh, nice. I love the Pokepla kits. Those are always super fun. So I'm wondering what the difference is with these hands. Can you see anything? Let me see. Okay. What is the difference? See a difference, do you? Hmm. Oh, wait. This one looks a little bit more closed. This one here. Water slides take a while, but totally worth it in the end. Yeah, they're very stressful for me. Like, I just get frustrated with them because I'm so bad at it. Yeah, I think they are definitely a nice touch, especially if you're not going to be painting anything. Is it weird that well-placed decals impress me more than fine painting? Don't know how on earth anyone can place those accurately. You struggle with fine motor skills on small objects. It is quite the struggle. You should have seen from last time. Like, I put the triangle down and then wanted to move it just a little bit and it like went flying. It's definitely a lot. Alright, so I'm just gonna go with some random hands here. They are interchangeable, so that doesn't worry me too much. Wow, look at that. Look at that meaty arm. Be nice. Might want to push... Oh, hoping to just push that a little bit. Alright. Guess I'll leave it as it is. That's looking pretty good. And... okay, so the difference is... one is more open and one is more closed. See? One here in my left hand, more closed, and this one's more open. I'm gonna go ahead and go with this one. Let me throw these back here for safekeeping. I realize if you use a reverse tweezer to hold the paper of the water slide, it's way better. Oh. Huh. That's interesting. Guess what? We get to turn the page for the first time. Okay, now we gotta make the chest, that way we can actually attach the arms. It does look pretty intensive. Let's see. Let me just double check. I don't think I missed any decals, but let me see. Nope, we're good. Use tweezers and a very mini Q-tip made by Mr. Hobby. Yeah, see, I just use regular Q-tips that you'd get like at any beauty, you know, section of a store. And I found that with this build of like tiny little hairs that stick out kept catching the decal, so it was rough. I'm gonna get ready for bed, so dropping a lurk. Hope you enjoy the rest of your stream. Well, Jamie, thank you so much for being here. Super appreciate it. And again, if folks are not following Rooster Teeth UK, that is where Jamie streams. And oftentimes he has some Lego builds there, so definitely give them a follow. There we go. Yeah, take care of yourself, Jamie, and we'll talk again soon. Right, where do I even start on this? Let me find Q9. And Q4. Here we go. Yeah, that magic carpet kit is really cute. I like it a lot. I've only made the Pikachu and the Gengar, which were both really awesome builds too. See if I can grab that with this. May take a while, but I don't want to cut anything too close. See, I don't feel like I have a fine enough sander. I can't get it. Let's see. You want to build the Gengar? It is really cute. Okay. Yeah, thanks for asking about the Guardian build. I really appreciate that. It was a lot of fun, for sure. And want to work on the other ones. I have to wait for the weather to get at least a little bit warmer to spray the other one gold, because I have to spray outside, and it's been very cold here. It's been like single digits in Fahrenheit. And the other one I kind of wanted to make a diorama, so I need to get some supplies to make like the ground that it'll sit on, and maybe it could be leaning by a rock or some trees. So I gotta look around the store and see what I can find. In the mail today, though, we did get the Leo S kits, so we may have a peek at those before I go. Okay, so this is going to be turned this way. That stuff. I think it's going to be that. You're excited to see it finished? Aw, thank you. Like I said, I think this build will take me a while, not only because it's so big, but also because it's different from a lot of other stuff that we've made. Like Gundam and other Plamo kits usually follow, you know, the same kind of pattern, but never made a dinosaur. And the tail. Look at this tail. That really looks like it's gonna be a little bit intensive. Well, maybe not. They all look to be their own pieces, but looks like we're gonna have to be careful to make sure that they connect. Yeah, that'll be interesting. Oh, that day that you were in the raid you couldn't stay long? That's okay. I appreciate you being here regardless and coming back to see how everything's going. Well, just ordered another EVA 8 kit. Congrats. I feel like we need to give you a round of applause. You won't regret it, I'm sure. Okay, so there's that. Yeah, try to file this down like this. Huge deal. You won't? Good, good. You ordered a matte and glossy clear Gundam marker? Ooh. That's cool. How often do you have that trouble of the decals rubbing off? I mean, I don't typically touch my kits very much once they're done, but I do spray them with a fixative coating, which I think helps. Okay, goes on there. Sometimes it's difficult to assemble, putting parts in slots. You've had a decal rub off in the past. Gotcha. Okay, I've definitely had decals come off on my hands before, but I always assumed that it was because I was not letting them have enough time to dry before, like, messing with other pieces. That was my assumption anyway. So this is the way you'll go over the parts before you water decal them. Okay, that's a good idea. Let me know how that turns out for you. See, my worry is I'm going to take too much of this off. And this is another runner where you see it clearly that there's black on the top, but then the plastic inside is purple. So if you cut too close, it shows up. But luckily, we are going to cover that space, so I'm not too worried about it. I just need to find our sea runner. Wish there would just be a note like parentheses, purple piece. That way it'd be easier to find. This looks cool though. Like, look at that. Look at the ventilation detail in there. You see it? It's pretty neat. Anyway, parts that we want are right up here. Okay, got that cleaned up. All right. Cisco, how you doing? Thank you so much for the hydrate. And folks, if you're not already checking out Damn It Cisco, please do. Another wonderful Gunpla streamer. How are you? How is your Tuesday? And thank you for the hydrate. Super appreciate it. Ooh, you were playing Inscription. How was that? So we got this here. We want these pieces out. What's the issue here? Let's see. I'm always so worried to force something in case I'll break it, you know? Be tight fit. Learning to scribe. Ooh, nice. How was your scribing experience? And doing camera stuff. Very nice. I have an issue with this. Should have paid more attention to which piece was which. Really tight fit. And if you look in here, you can see that one side is more curved in than the other. Inscription was an interesting game. Scribing is a bit harder than you assumed. Gotcha. Inscription was pretty interesting from what I have seen. Okay, so to me this looks like the flatter side of this one. That looks more like the curved side, so you could think like this. Let me try this one on here too. Looks like curved side to me. It's just weird. Very tight space. Let's look at this link though. Let's see. What is this? That's cute. Not heard of that before. Huh. That's really cool though. Very, very nice. Like as close as I can get it right now. But it looks like it's supposed to be all the way up. You're gonna have to paint it by hand? How come? Oh, it doesn't come painted? Wow. That's surprising because it looks like it's a little bit bigger than, you know, most pilots would be. It'll go with the keyboard? Yes. Yes, that'll be a great photo. Okay, just have to keep these how I have them now. Definitely play with them later. Very, very close. They're gonna go in here. I'm not exactly sure which way they'll be, so we'll leave them kind of up like that for now. We need our PC-11. Our other one. Hey, Obtuse Dino. How are you? How's it going? Hope you're having a great day. Did you have to work 12 hours again? Okay, so it looks like we want them in here, both facing outwards. It's interesting because I usually feel like the polycaps have a little bit more to hang on to. Huh. I believe that was everything. Got that like that, and this. Let's put it together. Where do you not want to fit? Oops. Going good. Did work at 12. Making some chicken Caesar wraps for dinner. Nice. I'm glad you can find that positive to look forward to. I don't get what got stuck here. What happened? Aw, Theme Fiasco, thank you so much for the work. Super appreciate it. Folks, if you're not already following the Theme Fiasco, please do. West of Loathing is on my list. Looks like such a good game. Take that off for its own safety. Goodness, what happened? It just amazes me that one part of this can get so stuck that it doesn't want to close all the way. This happens a lot. Alright, let's see. I always feel like the tweezers are too harsh. You get to bonk some monsters with your hammer? What are you playing? Oh, Monster Hunter. Gotcha. Nope, that didn't work either. Oh, shoot. Let me see. I feel like this is gonna be the rest of the stream. Just me trying to take this apart. Come on now. We were doing so well. Hey, K-Bro, thanks so much for the follow. How are you? You were here the other day when we started this. How you doing? Sorry, we're struggling over here. Can't get these parts apart. I hope you're having a great day. Don't know. I just know you were here the other day. But regardless, welcome on in. Hope you're doing well. How's the week treating you? What have you been up to? You can do it, I hope so. It's like really stuck. Hey, Ripple, how are you? Folks, if you're not already following Ripple Dash, please do. Another wonderful streamer in the community. What have you been playing lately? Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone. That's right, you were on a Harry Potter kick, weren't you? Wish you the best of luck. Gotta get deep into the packing. Probably unpacking. But thank you for the hydrate and the stretch. Thank you for sending me off on such a lovely health check. And folks, if you're not already following Joe, please do. Fantastic streamer, wonderful kit basher, good friend, retro gamer. And yes, message me about Sunday, if you would. Thank you for the hydrate and stretch. Went to the PS2 versions. Very nice. Which one's been your favorite? Need that dual disc. I think I played like one Harry Potter game on the PS2, but if you were to ask me which one it was, I have no idea. It was so long ago. I am One Piece. Did you see our One Piece ship killer? Our Going Merry model? Out of the PC ports along with the PS1 ports, the PC of Chamber of Secrets is your favorite. Oh, okay. What makes it your favorite? Oh, come on. Yes, I am a One Piece fan, but I'm also Luffy, kind of. And yes, we made the Going Merry ship, so if you want to see pictures of it, I can gladly show you. Oh, these parts. Just don't get what happened. They're like so close to being together. They don't want to come apart, but yet they don't want to come together. You didn't see it? Okay. Oh, see? See, I was trying to force it. I should have just let it go, as Elsa would. Okay, let me show you here. Hold on one second. Okay, so hopefully you can see it. Yeah. So we painted everything except for these white railings here and here. So we painted, we dry brushed the deck and painted all the bottom of the ship. We painted the stand, we put the sticker there, painted the face and the horns on there. That was a big water slide decal, but I didn't do too well with it. We painted the flag and the trees. That was another water slide decal. Yeah, there it was. And, there's crewmates too, they're very tiny. So you can see here's Luffy. And then here's Chopper and Nami. There's Sanji and Zoro. Oops, and Usopp was sitting up in the crow's nest, which you could see him up there. And here is the ship on my shelf. So it's probably about a foot long or so. Here was Luffy next to a toothpick. He was extremely tiny. And I wish I took a picture beforehand, but I was building and painting at the same time. But here was a picture I found online of what the kit would have looked like without being painted, which, you know, the mold was really nice and lent itself well to being painted. It was very good. I liked it. It's a lot of fun. Let's see. You'll be building the Thousand Sunny for the same series? Nice. Very cool. You can always feel free to share it, whether it's here or on the Discord, always feel free. Let's see. The amount they improved from the previous game, you can actually move while aiming, which is a big plus. That is a big plus. Just how they formatted it and actually let you explore. Nice. All seems like a good change. Okay, so we wanted these. Side like this. We wanted this on the top. All right. Well, thank you. Appreciate it. It's right there. So C8 here. They're cool vent parts, which I like a lot. See, look how nice that detail is. I don't know how well it's coming up on the camera, but there's like a little mesh design in the gray part there, which I think just looks awesome. That closer. How am I enjoying this kit so far? I feel like it's a little too early to tell. The beginning was definitely intimidating because the head just had so many water slide decals. Like there were 2 in the face on each side. That black arrow was one. This was another. So it was a lot of work to put into the face. So I'm just curious to see how the rest of this is going to go. We still have quite a few decals left, so it's definitely good practice in that respect, but it was just a lot. I'm curious to see how all the details will come together on this kit. So yeah, we'll see. What do you think of it so far? Just from seeing it. Like, is it something that you'd be interested in making or not so much? And these nubs are tough too because they're right next to this part. Goes up. Let's see. As a Godzilla fan, you feel like your experience would be hella biased. Well, it sounds like you'd have a great time. And because of what you and others were saying in the chat the other day, I did look and there's a regular Mecha Godzilla kit that looks just like this, except it's silver, and that's like $87, so it's definitely more affordable. This part be back here. I think these are going to hang out towards the bottom. But let me get the rest going. You're back with wraps. Heck yes. Sounds delicious. That was one thing that I used to love getting from McDonald's was their chicken Caesar salad wrap. Or just chicken Caesar wrap, I don't know. But it was very good. Then they stopped making it. Made me very sad. The snack wraps. Yeah, so good and only $1. That's why I must have gotten them in college. I forgot they were $1. They should bring them back. They can bring back the McRib. They can bring back the snack wraps. So that's gonna sit upwards like that. Never tried the McRib? I haven't tried it either. It looks like it's good. It is back, yes. That's what I was saying. If they could bring it back, they could bring back the snack wraps. That's gonna go that side. And I forget, is their Szechuan sauce permanent or no? Was that just a temporary thing? We used to get basically McRibs at Whole Food places like Costco. How were they over there? Okay, so we're gonna put this here. Pretty interesting cover for what we got going on. You got like 8 to 10 in a box about the same quality? Ah. Do they still make them there or no? Yeah, that's looking pretty good. Just a matter of getting everything up. No clue, haven't looked in forever. Understandable. It's just one of those things I feel like you randomly think about and you're like, oh yeah, I used to get that all the time. At least for me. I wonder about that kind of stuff. All right now, come on. Wonder, would it be easier to insert it here first? These might be below. Let me see. Looks like those are below, so let me tuck them in a little bit. Oops. Now you think about it, wonder if this kit is any different? No. Like, I was really looking at the pictures the other day after the last stream when you folks were mentioning that other Godzilla. I was like, I wonder if they have just a regular, you know, Mecha Godzilla kit, and it looks to be like exactly the same. The only difference I saw was possibly with the EVA 2. The guns on the top might be different, but with this one, it doesn't look different from the little bit that I looked at. Like I said, this will be a good experiment to see, you know, if overall this kit is going to be worth the asking price. Local place has 2 of the regulars. Gotcha. Yeah, I honestly do think it looks just like this, because even the pack on top is the same, just without the colors, I think. Let me look. Hold on. Okay, so here was the regular one. So it's got that same red triangle there. That's where a decal would be. These guns look the same. I think the chest details are the same. The weapons we're putting on the arms are definitely the same. Yeah, so we'll have to see, but I'm pretty confident that it's pretty much the same all the way around. So now we're gonna add a bunch of stuff to this piece here. EVA 2 Mecha G is from Tokyo SOS, but it's funny because the first was a woman pilot while SOS was a male pilot. Really? So they actually changed the pilot for that? I think it's strange they would do that. I think the female pilot died in the first. Yikes. And the second, her character left for more piloting training in America. Okay, so for whatever reason, the character was gone. Seems like a better reason. Let's try to cut that closer. I think that one I can cut a little further. Let me try it. Yeah, stabbed myself once, and now I'm always worried that I'm going to do it again. Because this is exactly what I was doing. I feel like this OG should have been the Asuka color, because woman pilot and SOS for Shinji, the male pilot. Gotcha. I don't know why they made those choices. Alright. I think that was A5, wasn't it? Yes. We need C11. You know you're making good progress on a kit when the runners want to stick together from all the empty parts. I think we did that correctly. Looks right. It's a pretty cool detail. I like the way that it rests on there, the curve. Pretty nice. Yeah, there's so much Evangelion stuff I have to catch up on. Like, all I saw was the original Neon Genesis Evangelion show. I haven't seen any of the movies, any of the specials, nothing like that. Or the new 3.0 movie. It's on my list. I liked what I watched. Just I tend to get sidetracked with so much other stuff. It's kind of a nice thing that there are so many things. What am I doing then? You're right, you're right. What am I doing with my life? No, it's just hard. Like I was saying, that's like a good thing that you have, you know, so many things to choose from. The options feel endless, and especially with anime, like when I was growing up, there was a handful of shows that came to America, and that was it. I'm not trying to sound, you know, older. Like, back in my day, we only had 5 anime. But it's true. The streaming services and like the simulcasts have definitely made so many more anime accessible. It's great. Because I really do feel like there's a show for everyone out there, like no matter what your hobby or interest is. EVA was the first thing you watched. Oh, wow. What'd you think of it back then? Did you, like, relate to the character at all? Wow. Yeah, like I said, the first anime I've seen was probably... There was Outlaw Star and Tenchi Muyo, but, like, my favorites were Cowboy Bebop and Trigun. Outlaw Star was good, too. You were 6? Wow. Okay. Just don't know what it would feel like as a 6-year-old to watch Shinji, who's going through all that teenage angst. They had previews for it at the end of Godzilla movies. Oh. That's super interesting. There. Unless it's just this coming undone. But like I said, I have some sanding sticks on the way. They'll be coming soon. They are, we were just looking at them, the Zebra sanding sticks full set, so 100 to 800, 100, 150, 220, 400, 600, and 800. I also have some new nippers coming too. I've been using the same ones for a long time, and I think it's about time to have an upgrade, just to see how, you know, things will feel different. Like I said, I do love modding and like painting stuff, but I worry that I paint a lot to hide some mistakes. I would like to get better at cleaning this up. I have not used an airbrush. I have painted everything by hand using just the same paints that you'd use for miniature painting, so like acrylic, you know, army painter stuff. Which I don't know if you've seen the customs, but I do have them on Instagram and Discord. But if you want to see anything in particular, I can show you as well. Okay. Bacon. Come in and you're talking about new nippers? Yes. Yes, Bacon. Welcome on in. How you doing? Would you like to know what I got? So I got the zebra sanding sticks from 100 to 800, and then I also got the Tamiya sharp pointed side cutters, and I splurged and got myself a pair of God hands too. Yes, 100 to 800, so there's you know, steps in between. Felt like I really needed to build myself up to get the God Hands too. You like really make sure that you're gonna be building for a long time before you get those. And I think a little over a year of doing this is probably enough time. Please review those God Hands. You've seen them, and no idea how they compare? I will. I will. Winter's here. How are you? Folks, if you're not already following Winter, please do. Another wonderful Gunpla streamer in the community. Have you built this before? Are you interested in building it? Let me know. But how you doing, Winter? Welcome on in. Hope you're having a good week. And Bacon, I also hope you're having a good week. Yeah, I'll be very excited to try the God Hands. I'll definitely do like a snipping review, if that's what we want to call it. You wanted this kit but didn't pull the trigger. Understandable. I got this as a gift, so I will do us the service and give us a review of this as well. If you want my opinion of it anyway. We're looking at an ice storm with half an inch of ice and 10 plus inches of snow. So you're doing about that well. So what you're telling me, Bacon, is you're probably going to stay inside, if you can, and play some more Valheim, right? Yeah, I'm on the East Coast too, so it's probably going to come up this way. No lie. Oh, you don't expect to have power. Yikes. Do you have supplies? Do you have everything that you need? Do you have a generator? I don't have a generator. So if anything happened here, we'd be stuck for a while. Your week's going good, just eating leftover spaghetti. Nice, because you just woke up from a 12-hour hibernation sleep. Sometimes those are the best sleep that you can get. Let me try to catch the rest with this. Like I said, my only major complaint is the pieces that I cut from the runner tend to go pretty deep into the parts itself. So like you can see by my thumbs here, it's just frustrating because then it's hard to take those off without damaging anything else. I wish I could do that too. Lots of times I don't have the time, but also I try to sleep in on the weekend, my body wakes up and is just like, no. You will be awake. You had 6 hours of sleep, that's enough. So hopefully I can fit this on here, let me see. It's gonna work. Okay, that. You have about 3 months worth of dry/canned food and enough portable chargers to last 2 weeks, and unlimited data. Okay, yeah, so it sounds like you're prepared. Awesome. And Bacon, I think you just came in time for more water slide decals. We haven't had any today. But the moment that you arrive, we're gonna hit them. That is a good question. Full tank of gas is important. Here to take notes. Don't take notes on me. I'm not the best at water slides. They're kind of my enemy. I think I've gotten a little bit better at them, but it's still very anxiety-inducing. Stored your car in a free parking garage downtown and filled up your mom's SUV since it handles ice better. Ooh, got that in the garage now. Nice. See, Bacon is smart. Bacon is all prepared. See, that little bit on the top is gonna bother me. Like from the sides, it looks fine. It's just that bit on the top. Right. Just about to say, good scouts always prepared. Oh, you're an Eagle Scout. Gotcha. See, and no offense to Girl Scouts, but I really wish they would teach more useful things. At least from the years that I was there. I got bored very quickly because we weren't learning things that I thought would be super useful. There we go. Okay. Always like, learn how to make friends, and it's like, I don't want friends, damn it, I want to start a fire. I'm just kidding. Friends are good to have. This piece has some vent details on it too, if you can see that, which is pretty cool. We do not have sanding sponges. Those sound very interesting though. You mind explaining a little bit more of what that is? Okay, so these are going to attach to our other piece, so let me put that there. They work well on sanding rounded or curved pieces without taking away the shape. Okay, you're happy through your MG Virtues being delivered Friday? Nice. Very nice. Sounds like an awesome kit. Was that the one that Neon really wanted and missed out on ordering? Let's see if I can get this any better here. Maybe as close as I want to go on that side. The one he's 3 months late on and missed out ordering from 3 places that I told him had stock. Yes. Wow. He's about as bad as I am. You're gonna open it and send a vid to him? Yikes. That also looks like a mega dope kit. I have seen pictures of it. It does look pretty interesting. Okay. My little piece here. I'm gonna go in here somewhere. Oh, down here? that's not right. Wait a minute. Or which way it wants to... Looks like I'm supposed to put the flat side, this side, in here. This? Yeah, there we go. That way. Have that vent sticking out on the bottom. Seen USA Gundam Store has them in stock now. Want to get one with that dope stand that has all the armor flying off? I have not seen that stand. That sounds interesting. Ooh, let me see. Thanks for linking that. Let's look. Whoa. That's really cool. One of us should send this to Neon and be like, oh, since I heard that you might be getting the MG Virtue, we thought this would be a really nice accessory. Oh, I couldn't do that. That's too mean. That does look really nice. That looks really nice, though. I can't speak. Sorry. It's been a long day. It's been a long week. It's only Tuesday. You see that Plamo model weekender is taking applications for their charity weekend streamers? Ooh, very cool. I did not see that. Do you know what weekend that's gonna be? You'll send that to Neon? Perfect. Just don't tell him it was my idea. Gotta keep up that wholesome reputation. Just kidding. Alright, it's alright. Hey, Foxy. Got your tax return and ready to go today. The numbers hurt. Yikes. So sorry. So sorry that's happening to you. April 29th to May 1st. Whose idea was it? I forgot. Perfect. Perfect. Can I just say, the payroll where I work has been such a mess. I claimed a certain number on my taxes in terms of exemptions, and they changed it to make it fit their payroll formula better. And my paychecks were like, you know, pretty good. And then in the middle of last year, they were like, oops, we made a mistake. There was some kind of error on the computer. Can we have your permission to change it? And I'm like, sure. And my paychecks went down a little bit, no big deal. This year they jumped back up like probably $50 to $75 more so than average. And I was like, hey, what's going on? They switched to a new system. And with that new system, they were having the old numbers that they used to change the way my paychecks got all calculated and such. But they fixed it and assured me, you know, it should be fine. But definitely makes me nervous for tax season 2 because that stuff does mess with my taxes. But Foxy, I hope your taxes are okay. I hope. That and the LED has a spiral mode for the GN drives. Very nice. That's what I get for getting L for almost all of 2021. What's worse is I owe a lot and was having an extra $100 in taxes deducted each paycheck. Yikes. That sounds rough for sure. Oh, I'm sorry, and I'm hoping that, you know, this tax season will get sorted out, and then maybe you can have, you know, a better change for this year. Okay, so here's more of our chest unit. At least my taxes owed are only in the 3 digits. Phew. Yeah. For sure. Okay, I'm just trying to see what our next step is here. So we did all this, and now here, I'm trying to figure out what this piece is. I'm not seeing anything on there. But I don't see a number on here either. Is that piece? I have nothing here for it to attach to. I can tell anyway. We're supposed to have 2 of them. Oh, it's X2. Duh. I think I'm having a moment. But I feel like I say that all the time. Nope, that's E. Dang it. There they are. I don't get why some of these pieces are in a separate bag. I don't know if this was, like, delicate and they wanted to keep it safe or what. No idea. At least. Yes. So Bacon, when is that storm supposed to hit? Because I think we're supposed to get some pretty nasty weather around tomorrow night into Friday, I think. If I looked at everything correctly. Ooh, that's a nice piece. Like the multicolor that's on there. Trying really hard to that. Is that rubber? Let's see. We have this really flexible runner. It seems rubber-ish. It smells really weird. But any of these really dark black pieces that we had as like cables for the neck was from this runner. So was this like cushiony stuff that's gonna go in between the shoulders, which I really want to put on. Like I want to put this part together day, that way we could see what it's gonna look like. But no, the purple pieces are all plastic, as is the green. Getting freezing rain to start tonight, and it goes off and on into Thursday. Yeah, so it must be traveling up here. Well, Bacon, I hope you stay safe. Keep me updated. Like, for real. I really do want to hear from you. Aye. Aye, sir. Because I just want to make sure you're okay. Everybody's safe. Okay, so I'll put this in here, which I'm not sure why. Aw, Sophia, thank you so much for the follow. Super appreciate it. Welcome on in. Hope you enjoy your stay here. Hope you enjoy your time. And always feel free to share whatever projects you might be working on. Whether it be your bears or any EVA kits, anything like that. Alright, why are we not? It's like it wants to go. At the same time, just won't. Oh my. What did I do wrong? Just very loose. Just weird, isn't it? Okay, well, I guess we can move on. Look this here. Ah, please. Make myself nervous sometimes. Hey, Trend Smash, how you doing? It's been a bit. No, my hair was not always short. I cut it back in October. Welcome on in. How you doing? I used to have short hair like this before the pandemic, like for years and years. Didn't think it was. Yeah, it's a bit of a change. I always got tired of it being in my face. Ah, darn. But how you doing? Hope you're having a good week. Hope you're having a good start to the new year. Yeah, this should just sit like this. So why can't I get it on the hinge? That's my question. Let's see. By no means, no easy task. Try to put it. That's what makes me nervous when I hear plastic creaking. I feel like that's not something I want to hear. Top part's pretty much in. This part, I don't know. Why aren't we sticking? You friends. Well, move on to a different part for now. Start other side. You have too much patience, you would have broken it by now, getting it on there. Yeah, I mean, that's the thing though, I don't want to, so I'm trying to be really careful. This kit has definitely been tricky. What would folks say would be like the hardest kit that they've ever worked on, the most difficult? I don't think this is the most difficult one I've worked on, but it's definitely requiring a lot of detail and attention from me. I would have to say the most difficult kit I've worked on, I know it sounds silly, was probably the Master Grade Heavy Arms, because it's still not done. The arms are just not going together for me. So that makes me very nervous about trying out a real grade. Steez, how are you? Yes, this is the Godzilla with EVA colors. We've got the head done so far. This had 2, 4, 6, 8. 8 water slide decals on it for just the head. We got the arms finished. We've also had some water slide decals. Pretty nice hand though. And now we're trying to work on the chest. That way we can at least get the top half together. How you doing, Steez? Folks, if you are not already following Steez, please do. Wonderful, wonderful builder out there that's pretty new to me, but is always super optimistic and lovely, and is a shoe collector. Forgot what the term was called. I don't feel like it was a very friendly term, though. It was hype beast, was it? I don't know. I don't think that's what you want to be called, I'm assuming. But you do have a lovely shoe collection. I appreciate it. And my evening's going well. We're talking about the hardest kits that we've ever had to put together. This one's very detail-oriented, but I wouldn't say it's the hardest. Abro says, gets out Walker. Back in my day, it was the Zeta 2.0 or Zeta 1.0. I have not tried either of those. It is called a hype beast? Okay. I wasn't sure. I don't remember, but I'm glad I got it right. How are you? How's your evening? See, that's still just... It sits very loose. It's like a loose tooth. You can feel it, like, wiggling in there. You talking about the MG Heavy Arms being hard makes me nervous to get it? Don't. It's just me. It's probably just me. You should get it anyway, and just try it out. I think I was just having issues. As I got to the point where I just kept playing with the arms, that, I don't know, I think I may have worn down, like, the polycaps in there. If I could get replacement polycaps somewhere, I would try that. But otherwise, you know, I do want to get back to that build at some point. That's actually my New Year's resolution. One of my New Year's resolutions is to finish that kit. Don't know if you'd say it was difficult that the Sinanju Stein narrative MG took forever. How come? How did this go on? Ah, there's a decal on this side anyway. Let's get to it. Oh, I forgot my stuff. It's okay, bro, if you wanted to see. These are the paints that I use whenever I paint a kit. It's just the Army Painter war paints. And I have a metallic set as well that I mix. Oops, that's the wrong bottle. Please, ready. Did this kit come with water slides, or did it come with stickers and slides? Nope. Just water slides. And there's a lot of them. So we've just done the head and the arms, and we've already gone through quite a few. It's a lot. You'd highly recommend the Vallejo paints? How come? I'm just curious. It has articulated fingers. Oh, so you have it holding up the middle finger? That's how you're feeling when you got it done? Understandable. Okay, so we have to get this like right on here. I'm gonna try my best to make it straight, but you never know. About 3 years ago, a master painter for minis. Oh, wow. I would love to see some of your work. Yeah, and I don't know if you got to see, you know, how we've done customs on here, but I can definitely show you. What minis did you work on? Were they all like Warhammer or just varying? Okay. Never done water slides before, kind of intimidated by them, but I know I want to do them soon, so you could start building up your XP. Trying to go from being a Charmander and turn into a Charmeleon. Aren't we all? Well, I could show you what I do. Again, I'm not the best with them, but I like to use the Mark Setter and Mark Softer, although I've learned Mark Softer is kind of my enemy lately. Anyway, so I'm gonna take the Setter. I'm gonna coat the area we're working with. Okay, that's a pretty good way to phrase it there, Steez. Take this, soak it for 10 to 15 seconds if I can grab it. Always testing me. Okay. Hold on there, little guy. Like lately my fingers don't want to grab. Okay. I'm gonna try to gently pull the decal off of the paper. I think that's right about where we want it. So I'll go ahead and take away the excess stuff from the area. Take, hey, Papa Zoddle. I'll take my dry one. And now, I'll take a little bit of our, Mark Softer. Put it on there. I can open it. Not yet, but interested. Gunplay and Plamo are very different beasts. Warhammer 40k was your stuff. Nice. How you doing, Papa Zoddle? Hope you're having a good day. Great, I'm just gonna put a tiny bit of this on because past few times it has not treated us very well, and I'm not sure why. But this is supposed to help it stay in place. Yeah, and the same thing happened last time, where when I put it on there, it starts to shift it around, so let me leave it like that for now. There you go. There's some quick water slide decal for you. Throw that up there. Yeah, how you doing, Pop Saddle? Hope you're having a great day. Thanks for coming on over. I hope you're having a good week. Yeah, not so bad, Steez. Not so bad. If I can do it, you can do it. Fire. Okay, it's not super difficult. No. Just, I think sometimes it depends on the size and the location. Those can be a little rough. And if you feel like it's not going very well for you, like if it's not exiting the paper, soak it a little bit longer. The worst time I had with them was on the first kit that I had with them, which was the HG Evangelion 01 unit, because it was a kit from 1996, so I think decals were just very aged and frail. So they were really coming undone, falling apart on me. Hi, Bleep. How are you? Hope you're having a good day. Folks, if you're not already following the Bleepcast, please do. That is my in real life partner slash spouse. And he does a lot of great stuff. He's recently been playing, oh my god, what's that game called? The vampire thing. And lots of indie games, retro games, all kinds of stuff. Let's see, doing alright, work was alright, followed by home stresses. Ugh, well, I hope things at home relax a little bit for you. You have a Wing Zero Endless Waltz that comes with water slides. Yeah, you'll get them. They'll be just fine. See, this is the only part of this kit that I don't like. Everything runs so into piece. Think you're gonna do that one? Maybe do a practice kit first? That's a good idea. Try and find a house, and they're all going for like 100,000 over the asking price. Wow. That like makes it or breaks it. Like that's nothing to sneeze at. Wow. Forget, were you already selling your old house? Do you have any money that you could use from that? I mean, not that you'd want to spend 100,000 extra, but like at least a little bit of cushion. Also, love the layout and quality of stream. Every time you see a setup like yours, I question if I should just do overhead cam. Been steady doing over the shoulder. People like it. I don't know. You love a good overhead. I mean, first of all, thank you. Super appreciate it. My setup did not always look this way, and it definitely takes time to figure out, you know, what works for you. And I actually have some stuff coming in the mail to change the setup just a tiny bit. I might be the only one who notices, but that's what's important. That was my second point, which is you know, you should do whatever you feel like is best, whatever you think looks best, because in the end, you know, you have to be happy with what you're doing, and it may be something that only you notice, but it makes a difference to you. And yeah, some people like the over-the-shoulder, but work with what you got. That's what me and Joe say, and I think it's a good practice. It shouldn't be something that, you know, stresses you out. Nope, this will be the first time buying, got enough for a down payment, but not wanting to look at, like, 4K mortgage. No way. No way, that'd be so scary. I put that on the wrong way. You'd think it goes down like that, but no. It goes... Yeah, it goes the other way. How weird is that? Okay. It goes like this. Okay, because we're gonna have all those parts open. Now, I really don't understand what my issue is here. Why can I not get this hinge? Don't get it. It is a lot. Aren't you on the, opposite? Are you on the West Coast? I'm trying to remember. Because I feel like housing is already really marked up in, you know, my state, but I think probably the West Coast is worse. Everything's a little funky right now anyway. Okay, I have to bring this up to my face, because I can't see. Yay, okay. That was a lot of weird maneuvering. But we got it. If you go into East County Homes, drop in price if I go into East County Homes, drop in price considerably, and it only adds like 10 to 15 minutes to the commute. Probably gonna have to do that. Just need to thread the needle between far enough east to save money, and not so far east it turns into Bigot Town. Beautiful San Diego. Wow, yeah, that's definitely a lot. Alright, I do want to get that other side on, but I'll have to be very careful not to touch our decal, which now I kind of wish I put it on after we finished messing with this. And it's only going to go up as you want to live there long term. Okay. Buy now or suffer rents rising. No, and I feel like renting is hard too. Like, I understand, you know, if it's your only option, but it could be really frustrating to be at the landlord's whim. And, you know, if you have a good landlord, that's awesome. But if you have a bad one, there's not too much you can do. And then you're investing all this money and, you know, you have nothing to really show for it. But obviously, housing in this country is not spectacular anyway, so a lot of people rent. It's so easily on the other side. Sick of paying someone else's mortgage. Exactly. Time to pay your own, even if it's technically more expensive now. With stress. Yeah, stress is a lot. You pay like $1,400 plus for rent? Whoa. love to buy a place, just saving is terrible. Understandable. It's definitely a lot. Everything's just getting more and more expensive, and wages aren't getting much higher. Exactly. Yes. Lots of things in this country need an overhaul, in my opinion. Alright. Managed to get that on this side. I cannot get it on this side. Come on now, friend. Want to close it up, that way we can look at how beautiful you're gonna be. Darn it. Let's see. Thanks for lurk. Grab some booze to cope. Oh, jeez. Alright, I'm gonna have to bring this up to my face again, sorry. Phew, we did it. It was scary, but we did it. There we go. And then we'll be able to open it up like that. Very cool. There's even more decals before we get to put it all together. Ugh. This is the other part that's confusing to me too, is like these rubber pieces that are in the plastic are not labeled, so I'm assuming this is our piece to go here, but let me just see. Yeah, S. There. This one, oh no, it goes on the bottom. Oops. It's gonna go here. Okay. Oh, and the piece from the neck is gonna cover up over here. Oh, okay. Alright. I'm on the same page. It is a little loose, but I'm sure once we attach the waist, that will help secure it. All right. Is it getting close to dinner time for everybody? Have you already had dinner? I need to start thinking about dinner here in a minute. Actually eating dinner? Oh, nice. What is it? Gotta get some dinner ideas. What the heck? Why does this not have it upside down? Probably. There we go. That. You have a TV in your dining area, so you're just chilling. Nice. I like to cook a lot. It just takes so much time and effort. Trying to think of what I want to do. Last night I made some chicken fried rice, which was really good. Like one of my go-tos. Had a Wawa. That's not a full dinner, right? Your dinner isn't too healthy. That's okay. You made thin sirloin steak, used barbecue sauce. Ooh, some baked beans, and air-fried asparagus. Very nice. That sounds good. You got a vegetable in there? So that's good. You gotta make chicken fried rice soon? Heck yes. Heck yes. Alright. Oh, it's basically like 7-Eleven on steroids. See, I thought you were just joking and saying water, but that was my ignorance, so sorry. What does it taste like? A thruster? Like a healthier fast food? I don't know what it is, I'm sorry. I never said I was smart. Look it up. I'm gonna look it up. Oh, it's a convenience store. Okay. Okay. Are they in a certain region? So I have not seen one of these at all near me. I'm in New York State. I don't know if that makes a difference. Ah. Wow. Wawa's pretty sick. They have all kinds of meals, sandwiches, hoagies, bowls, plant-based options, soups. Ooh, that sounds good. Yacht Club Games announced their follow-up to Shovel Knight. Yes, yes. Send me a trailer, please, if they have one. Really nice gas stations. They were good to go while you toured your... Oh, with your old band. Very cool. What kind of music did you play? They're primarily in the Northeast, but some people only have sheets. Just reminds me of, Justin McElroy from McElroy Brothers, who have the My Brother and Me podcast. He had a YouTube series for a short time called Things I Bought at Sheets. And that's just it. It was things that he bought at Sheets. things I bought at Sheets. Your old band was a hardcore metal band. Ooh, very cool, and you did the screaming vocals. So who were some of your favorite, metal band artists? Rawr. For sure. I don't know what you would categorize them as. I don't know if it would count as metal, but I always really enjoyed System of a Down. I think that's metal, right? Right? Oh, okay. Thanks, Bleep. Okay, so I got 2 more decals. D3, D4, so these 2 things here. They're gonna go here and here. I don't know why that one's so much taller, though. But we'll do it. Favorite was this band called Counterparts. Can't talk today. You love System of a Down? They're definitely metal. Yeah, that's who I like the most. I think the lyrics are great. Obviously, Serge is great, and the drummer is so good. Like, the drums that they do on every track are fantastic. Alright, so we're gonna pause our music for a second. And we're gonna look at this, because I'm really curious. Let's see this sequel to Hollow Knight. Can you see that? Yes, you can. Look at that mouse. Bone-chilling new adventure. So cute. Music too. One of the strongest parts of Shovel Knight is the music. Bone up. That other platformer where you played as a mouse recently came out for re-release on the Switch. Wonder Boy? Something like that? That house was like a Final Fantasy VII thing. That's cool. Here's the question, though. Do we think that Yacht Club Games needs a Kickstarter, though? Like, that's my question. I feel like if you're, you know, an established company, do you really need a Kickstarter? Let's see. Is this band? They're still active. I said was, as if they broke up. The trailer's sick. The music is definitely dope. I agree. I agree. Yeah, I'll have to look up Counterparts. What do they sound similar to? Alright, let's put these decals on, and then I'm hoping that we can... Yeah, we can get that part together. We can at least get the top part to see what it's gonna look like. Castlevania meets Zelda is very much your jam? Oh, I know it. Maybe they're planning on releasing the game for free? That would be nice. That would be nice if there were, like, enough, people participating in the Kickstarter that they would do that. Okay, so let's get to these decals here. that. Hard to say who they sound like. They have a melodic sound, lots of pretty chords and melodies, very sad lyrics. Okay. It's good to know, though. Try this again. No problem. Again, this is like sticking everywhere except where I want it to. Okay. Why did I close this so tight? Hopefully that will end up staying where we want it to. Now it's time to do the other side. These decals feel far too stressful. Why? It's just, I feel like, my issue is when I'm trying to apply the decal, you know, I put the setter on there beforehand, but then I feel like by the time I get the decal off, it's already, like, dried or misplaced. It might be too much. See if we have any luck with that. Sure you would. It's just, I don't know. It's really hit or miss for me. That's not working. Grab this. Sorry, hopefully you can still see. I think that's where it's supposed to be. Hey, Joe, welcome back. Just working on some decals here real quick. How are you? Still no PC internet, but getting the thing up. Aw. Well, thanks, Joe. Bleep, can we get a shout out for Joe? If not, I will do it myself. Or if Joe wants to do it himself, he can do. I wouldn't make you do that to yourself, Joe. Here we go. Yeah, if you want to see an amazing kit basher, go ahead and give Joe a follow. Alright. I'll let those chill out for a second. Hopefully they sit still. I know, I would find it weird too. It was just a moment of desperation. Hope you understand. Okay. Yeah, we got the torso built here. Got another decal up front, and this chest can open like this. And I'm hoping what we can do is we can put everything together once that dries, and then we can call it a night. Yeah, so gonna have us move on to the body here. And it looks like we're gonna start doing the waist. That's the waist area. Hey Cass, how are you? Then the legs. And I can't wait to get to the tail. Looks like it's gonna be so intense. So intense. But how you doing, Big Cass? Hope you're having a good day. Hope you're having a good week. And if it's not a good week, I hope that the week treats you better. It's been a good day? Very good. And folks, if you're not already following Big Cass, please do. Wonderful streamer in the community, very chill vibes, likes to play different games like Stardew Valley, things like that. How do you like Pokemon Legends? I've been hearing really good things, and I played a day of it over the weekend, and what I played was a lot of fun. It was super interesting. Very different take on Pokemon stuff, which is nice. Okay, I just want to let that dry for a minute. And, oops. I think we can pretty much figure this out. Let's see. Been really enjoying it. Today, you've been shiny hunting. Very nice. Street Rambo. Love that name. Thank you so much for the follow. How are you? Welcome on in. If you enjoy building, let me know what you like to build. We also have a Discord that you can feel free to join to share any of your stuff or just take a look at what we do there. I also like to try to draw something every day, which today we drew Oscar. Ta-da. I was really proud of this one. That one was a lot of fun for me. Yeah, welcome on in. Welcome on in. Alright, so let me try to get this on here. Hey, Daniel, how you doing? Oh, thanks very much, Big Cass. I really appreciate that. This seems like such a deep place to put this in. Like, super deep. Let me just double check that there are no other parts that are supposed to go there. No? Oh, you know what I could do? It's easier for myself. Let's try to line this up. You're good? That's good to hear. Bring this down. I don't know what it is. The polycaps in this kit are really tough for me. Not sure why. I feel like they always want to move. Okay. Nope. This one I feel like I have it. I don't. Ah, rats. Let's see. I feel like that's gotta make. Be on there? Nope. Turn. This keeps wanting to go back. I feel like I'm gonna wear it out before I get a chance to put the arm on there. Oh, guess I got it. Decals back there are still safe. Adjust this. Really love the cables and stuff that came with this. Definitely a nice touch. Okay. Gotta take it easy there. I'm breaking the arm. Alright, stay. The other side. No, we'll put the head on top. I'm just super curious to see, you know, how this is gonna look all together. What was my trick? Tried to line this up on there. so close. Yet so far. Oh, lost an arm. Let me see. We'll get it. I feel like I got the other side by luck. Yeah, what's everybody's plan for the rest of the week? Anything fun or exciting? Oh, we gotta look at that package before I go too. I almost forgot. So close. Lumpia for the week, pondering my existence and act accordingly, I guess. Lumpia, how are you doing? How are you surviving from your stream? Folks, if you're not already following Lumpia, please do. Fantastic streamer, recently did a very ambitious subathon. I was lurking in there while you were playing Undertale and other stuff. But how are you? You've got some more manga coming next week? Or this week? It's all mixed up though? Aw. Well, that'll be something to look forward to, for sure. Yeah, how are you, Lumpia? Surviving with lots of coffee. Have you seen this kit before? We're making this Mecha Godzilla that's in Evangelion colors. It's gonna look good as long as I can get everything together. It's just a struggle. Yeah, I saw a few things. That's alright, it looked like a good time. Looked like you were having a lot of fun. It is a very cool kit. I got it as a gift from Bleep. He ordered it quite some time ago and it finally came in the mail last week, so I figured, why not give it a shot? Please, arm. You're falling apart on me, my friend. Ah, yikes. Let me see. This is the one part that I'm having trouble with too with this kit, is getting the polycaps, like trying to get stuff onto them. I remember we had the same issue with the head. It's just tough for whatever reason. I don't know if it's just me or what. But it's tricky to make sure that this rubber is fitting where it needs to. That just does not want to go for me. I think we're in. Yeah. Okay, let me fix it up now. I destroyed a bunch of it. On here. What kind of coffee do you like, Lumpia? Any particular favorite? Guff, thank you so much for the raid. How are you? We were just talking about favorite coffees. Hello everyone, folks who have not met me yet. My name is Oblique. I do a lot of Gunpla or Plamo streaming, which is basically what we're doing today. We're putting together a Mecha Godzilla that is in the same color and styling as the Evangelion unit. Yeah, it's a lovely time. Welcome on in. We also do some drawings. I think that's how I got to know Guff. And through art friends is what I mean. And I play some RPGs as well. But Guff, let me give you a shout. How are you? You were playing... What were you playing today? It was a retro game. What was it? Oh no, it wasn't a retro game. You were playing the Wolverine game earlier this week, weren't you? Very good. Love coffee chat. Are we talking coffee orders? Yes. And welcome on in. And also Street Rainbow. How you doing? Guff, can I show you something I drew yesterday? Let me put together my Godzilla because it's falling apart. This has taken me a long time. This kit has so many details on it so far. Oh my gosh, and the theme fiasco. How are you? Thank you so much for the raid, my friend. How's it going? Folks, if you're not already following the theme fiasco, please do. Oh, thank you. Thank you for the shout out. Super appreciate it. Illusionist. Welcome on in. How you doing? Again, my name's Oblique. I do some Gunpla and Plamo streams, which is basically putting together kits like this. Today we are trying to put together a Mecha Godzilla that's in the Evangelion colors. Let me go ahead and try to put the head on here. Yeah, how's everybody doing? Coffee order is typically just a latte. Yeah, I'm pretty plain myself. I like a lot of, just like black coffee. Don't need anything particularly fancy. And Miss Mediocrity, welcome on in. How you doing? Yeah, this part so far... Wow. Look at that. Look at that. I mean, I'm missing a cable. So this altogether I think has taken probably 10 hours by now just to cut the pieces, do the water slide decals, and put it all together. Sheesh. Hey Zero, how you doing? A tiny Zero mowing down on a cheeseburger? I could try. I don't want to insult you by drawing you poorly. Just realized you can. Look at the shiny gem. Don't get it. Don't get it, Big Cass. Thank you. Yes, this is looking pretty excellent. Pretty happy with it. Let me just put this cable on. So, Guff, let me show you my... Let me show you my drawing real quick. I made this Oscar. Very proud of it because I've been drawing on the Intuo Swaycom that doesn't have like a screen on it, so you draw on here and look at the monitor, and it feels like I'm learning how to draw all over again. It's a lot. It's definitely a lot. Aw, Miss Mediocrity, thank you so much for the follow. Super appreciate that. How you doing? Said you're doing good? That's good. Thanks, Guff. Alright, let me get this cable on. Let me clean up the table a little. We'll do that 10-minute drawing for Zero, which is probably not going to look as good as the Oscar, so I'm sorry. Because that one I had whatever time I wanted to take on it, you know? We'll have a quick cleanup of the table. And I have a package to open, so we'll check that out. Alright. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with this. This is pretty stunning. Oh my god. Jose, thank you so much for the raid. How are you? This is a triple raid at this point. Gosh. How's it going, Jose? Thanks for bringing everybody on over. Rusted Nick, welcome on in. So yes, for those who may not know me, my name is Oblique. I do some Gunpla builds, some Plamo builds, which is basically like small model kits. I paint stuff and customize them a lot. I recently got into kit bashing, but today we've been working on this Mecha Godzilla that is Evangelion themed. So it's pretty awesome. We just got this top part put together. Get some nice water slide decals there. In the back, on the shoulders. It's coming along. We got a whole other half to make, which is much bigger than this half. So we'll see. This is supposed to stand at 9.45 inches, so it'll be a pretty big one. All right. Yeah, folks, if you're not already following Jose, please do. Another fantastic Gunpla streamer. Okay. So I'm gonna mute the mic real quick, that way I can run the vacuum here. Give me just a second. That way we have a clean place to work. I think it's full. Doesn't want to pick up everything. Stream was good. Just finished the Virtue MG build. Nice. Very cool. I would love to see some pictures of that if you have them ready. And thanks for checking out my backlog. You have a similar Hoover? Ah, it's great. It's great. Okay, let me go ahead and plug this in, because we do have a drawing to do, and then I'm going to run downstairs and grab a package to take a look at a P-Bandai order that just came in. Panda, how you doing, friend? Hope you're having an excellent day. Folks, if you're not already following Gunpla Panda, he does some fantastic paint jobs and modifications to his Gunpla kits, and is a fantastic artist as well. One thing that drives me nuts is I can't change the way this cable's facing. This gets in the way. Alright, so if I hit this button, you should be able to see... Clip Studio? No? Can you see it? You can. Okay. Oh, 000. I'm gonna look at a quick picture of you on Instagram. Oh, hi! My package is here! Thanks! I won't dox this, don't worry. You can open the door, it's hot in here. Ugh. Okay, so let me see a picture of Zero here real quick. So this is... let's see. This is our lovely subject. Very excited. I will try my best, friend. Panda, did you see that remake of you as Akuma? I hope so. Okay, so I'm gonna hold this up here. And let me get this ready. Oops. Wasn't what I wanted. Yeah, how's everybody doing? How's your night? So I'm still really new to Clip Studio, and I'm still trying to adjust to the Wacom also. But you know, it's all a process. Strange Song of Horror? What on earth is that? Sounds terrifying. This is just our sketch layer. No worries there. I'm not the best with human anatomy either. That's okay. I'm trying to make like a chibi version of you. Let's see. I'm gonna have you sitting like this, I guess. Let's... We're gonna have, like, a ridiculously huge burger here for you as well. I don't know if you can tell what's happening. Fans will be here. This. Okay. I wouldn't have it any other way. Okay. Sorry. Takes me a bit to catch up to chat when I'm drawing. I'm really sorry. But let me grab this real quick. And let me... Oh, how do I make it bigger? Oh no, wait. This is what I want. No object to transform? What do you mean? Oh. Mindless? Thank you so much for the follow. Super appreciate it. Welcome on in. Sorry, we're just doing a quick 10-minute sketch here. Apply transformation, yes. Deselect. Okay. Ready. Oh, shoot. We're not ready. I'm a liar. Okay, here we go. Now we're ready. Aw. Thanks for coming along with Guff. Super appreciate it. Guff is wonderful. His streams always fill me with delight. Because he's always genuinely having so much fun with whatever he's doing. And you can tell. And it's just a great time. What we're drawing right now is our friend Zero is about to bite into a really juicy burger. We've only got 10 minutes to do this. I've been meaning to put a timer on Twitch, that way you folks can see how much time I have left, because I can't check until our alarm goes off. Okay. That. Now, Zero, I'm gonna try my best to make this look like you, and if it doesn't, I'm sorry. Let's see. Let's do... big open. And I know you have a nose ring, so I'll throw that there. Sorry. This looks a little scary. A little scary. Gotta get the hair in there. Yeah. The hair. Just like that. Alright, let's try to work on the eyes a little bit. Eyes can, like, really make it or break it, you know? Ah, rats. I hope you don't mind if you look like a little bit of a dork. I mean, aren't we all? There we go. Let's add some color here. Let's do I'm really bad with skin tone, so I apologize, especially if I'm trying to rush it like I am now. But we'll get it. We'll get it. Hold on. Even if the timer goes a little bit over, I think with this one we can excuse it. Okay. Need to make better shortcuts here for everything too. Haven't really mapped that out yet for myself in terms of the buttons and stuff. Okay, there's that. Get that lettuce in there. Oops, I went a little overboard. That's okay. I've got to give Zero maybe like a... I see you wearing a dark purple shirt. Why not? Make our colors just a little bit different on here. Give you some dashing gray pants. What's dashing about them specifically? I don't know, but they're dashing now. Sole's a little bit lighter. Ah, darn. Alright, we're gonna add just a couple minutes. Dash pants. That's right. Alright, give me just like 2 minutes to finish up your shoes and your hair. And then we'll call it done. Okay, there's a lot of ketchup on there. A little bit of a tomato. Tomato. And let's do your hair. Aw, Guff, it sounds like you're saying goodbye. If that's the case, I hope you have a lovely day. Thank you so much for the raid and bringing your community on over. Super duper appreciate it. Thank you. I hope you have a good night, and I'm sure we'll catch up soon. Oh. There's like one more thing I have to add. I apologize, give me a second. We got the streaks in the hair. Yes, we'll see each other soon. Take care, Guff. Super appreciate it, and we'll definitely give you another shout. So if I have any mods in chat, if you could chat out Guff, that would be great. Otherwise, I'll do it once I am done with this drawing. Thank you. Okay. And what was I gonna do? That's right. I wanted to do just a tiny bit. Sorry, you probably do your eye makeup so much better than I'm doing it here. That's what we got. Ta-da! There's our little Zero eating a burger. Thanks for this adventure. Let's see, what did I miss? You're still here? Thanks for the stream. I was on the couch and didn't want to get up to say bye. Oh, the guff. Yes, yes. Just stayed for the art. Aw, super appreciate it. This is my fantasy brought to art. I mean, you could make this fantasy come true so easily. Posted in Discord? Okay, cool. I'll check that out in just a second. Oh, I have to add the red streak to your hair. I think the next Street Fighter drawing is going to be Bleep as Baka. That's pretty good. Panda, you come up with so many good ideas. Super appreciate it. Face is 10 out of 10 accurate. Thanks. Let's see. Okay, so let's check out the Discord to see what, Jose posted. Hold on. Where are you, Jose? Chunky snap build complete. Still gotta do some work, panel lining and decals. Hey, that looks good. Like that a lot. It is chunky though, which is great. Look at that on the legs. Wait, is this what I think it is? It looks good though. Alright. One last thing before we finish up today. So we got our nice Godzilla. But I also got a package in the mail that I've been waiting for a while. So let me open it. It's beautiful. Are you ready to behold? Behold! I missed it the first time, but ordered it the second time. Me, I need to go to bed. Oblique, I got a new kit! Yes, yes! Look it! It is so beautiful! Look at that cloak! This is elegance at its finest. My lord, look at that. Look at it comes with a pistol. A pistol. Oh, sorry, a beam musket, but still, it is class. It is class. And you know what's the best part? We got two. So Belle the Sheep gave me this lovely idea because Belle the Sheep and Bacon both do a fantastic job of keeping me updated when it comes to like whatever the hell's coming out and when to order it. I got these from P Bandai, so they weren't bad. I think they were $23 or $26 each, which is really not bad for an HG kit and especially a P Bandai. But Belle the Sheep told me they were coming on sale again and recommended that I get two so that we could just build one regular and appreciate it for what it is. But we could have another one and paint it to look like tuxedo mask colors, which if you've been around in the channel, you know that there was a tuxedo mask cosplay in the past where I dressed up as tuxedo mask for 100 follows. So yeah, it's kind of got a history. Maybe the costume will come out again as we paint this one. I'd hate to get paint on all that white, but you know, if we want to do it, we'll do it. But yeah, I'm super excited for this one. So, looks good. Definitely looks good. Yeah. Alright, folks, it has been a blast. Thank you for the shout out to Guff. Thank you also for the raid, Jose, and to the theme Fiasco. Super appreciate you both. You've heard it's good build? Good. Well, we've been building enough Leos by now that I think it'll be good. And Zero, thank you for the doodle. That was a lot of fun. Alright, so without further ado, let's go find somebody to raid. So we'll probably continue this either this next Tuesday or maybe sometime this weekend, I don't know. But most likely next Tuesday is when we'll continue on this one, and then maybe the weekend after we'll take a weekend day to, you know, try to get more of it done. But it's looking good so far. I definitely have some things I like about it and some things that have been a little tough, but it's, you know, manageable so far. So join me this Friday if you can, 5:30 p.m. EST, where we will be playing Do Not Feed the Monkeys for the first time. I don't know anything about it. I just bought the game on Steam for like $12 because Up2Steiner redeemed it as our next play. So Friday, 5:30 p.m. EST, we're going to be playing Don't Feed the Monkeys. And then Saturday, 2 p.m. EST, we're going to be doing more Kingdom Come Deliverance, and we may actually finish the game. That's what I'm hearing, that we might be towards the end of the game. So I'm super excited for that. Feel bad though, because I will miss Henry. Even though he's a big doofus, he's the best. Let's find somebody to raid. Let's see who's on. Yes, and thank you folks for stopping by. Thanks for hanging out. Thanks for the new follows and for all the old familiar faces. You really make my day just to say hi and, you know, see how everything is going. Keep up. Let's see. This is like the hardest part. Thanks for the stream. You know, the Folgers song, like the best part of waking up is Folgers in your cup. Want to be like, the worst part of stream is to pick someone to raid. Let's see. Yeah, thank you for being here. Super appreciate it. If anybody has any builders to recommend, let me know. Let's see. There's Old Man Woat. Haven't gotten to see them yet. Joe, don't worry about it. You're moving. I'm surprised that you were here. Thank you for being here. Your uncle went to high school with the lead singer of Rockapella, the guys who did the Folgers commercials? No way! That's amazing. That is awesome. Oh my gosh. And Joe, thank you so much. That means a lot to me. Super appreciate you always being here, even when you are unpacking stuff. And I hope that, you know, it turns out all right for you. I hope you like the new place. They're Japanese famous? That's amazing. Okay. So we're gonna try Old Man Woat. I haven't gotten to see them yet, but hopefully they'll be nice. So let's do our usual Raise the Sun. It's an oblique raid. Whoops. Raid. Let's do this and this. Awesome. Okay. And let's go raid Old Man Woat. Alright folks, take care of yourselves. Have a good week. Stay safe with impending weather. And yeah, we'll see each other soon. Alrighty. Bye-bye. Take care.